Hi guys, and welcome back to our Infinite Flight video training series. My name is Mark Denton, also known as Skyhawk Heavy. Today we are going to be going over the MD11 and the DC10 Takeoff. Now this is probably one of the most highly anticipated aircraft that we've added to the fleet, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm spawning in at Las Vegas on the runway. Now the first thing that I do is always set my weight and balance, and for this particular tutorial I've got the weight set at 601,917 pounds. I've got 300 passengers or packs for the count, and the cargo is just over 25,000 pounds. So that's giving me a grand total of 601,917. So let's go back in, and after I recalibrate and get everything started, now I've got my flaps set to 15 degrees. And I've got my trim set to positive 50%, and you want to go anywhere from positive 50 to 60% for takeoff, especially at the heavier weights. So I'm going to throttle up now. You want to throttle up between 98 to 101% in one. Yeah, exactly, 101% in one for the MD11. Your rotate speed is going to be roughly around 160 to 165 knots. So as I continue to accelerate down the runway, I'll get to around 155, 160, and then I'll start pulling back on the yoke. And the pitch that you want to, you do a slow rotation just to get off the ground, and then once your wheels are lifted up, get a positive rate of climb, raise your gear, and then you want to stay around 15 degrees, anywhere from 15 to 18 degrees positive pitch after takeoff and for your climb out. Now, once I get above 1,000 feet AGL, I'll go ahead and raise the flaps to 10 degrees. Typically, I'll reduce pitch to about 2,000 feet per minute. Just to increase the speed, and then you'll see when I start backing off the throttle a little bit. Typically when I'm heavy like this, I'll go down to normally around 96% in one. Now I know a lot of community members, a lot of users, they have already got the autopilot engaged, which is fine, but typically I like to hand fly the aircraft up to at least 10,000 feet or above. Now, if you notice, while I am hand flying the aircraft right now, I've reduced the pitch a little bit. Once I went to 10 degrees flaps, I'm trying to stay between 12.5, 13, 14%, may teeter around 15%, but typically around 12.5% is what my pitch is going to be once I've raised the flaps to 10 degrees. Once I get to around 205, 210 knots indicated, I'll go ahead and raise the flaps to flaps 1 just to continue my climb. And if you'll notice, the airspeed is just a very nice steady increase. It's not full throttle the whole way up, so it's just a nice steady increase. And so once I get up to around 10,000, then I'll go ahead and start continuing the increase in speed above 250 knots. Once I get up to around 230 knots indicated, then I'll go ahead and raise the remaining flaps. Typically flaps 1 is going to be the slats only anyway, the leading edge slats, but I'll increase, or I'll go ahead and raise those up just to have a clean aircraft. Now, once my aircraft is all cleaned up, I just continue to climb up to cruise, and I'll stay around anywhere from 8 to 10 degrees pitch. Now, once I get above 10,000, of course, I'll continue the speed above 250 knots, and I'll typically go ahead and cruise up to about, I'll climb at 320 knots indicated. And then my cruise speed typically is anywhere from Mach 0.82 to Mach 0.85, and it'll be common to have a 4 to 5, well, 3 to 5 degree positive pitch during your cruise. Now, I've made this QRG, this quick reference guide, for you to refer back to anytime that you may have any questions on the Takeoff. Hopefully this tutorial helps. The QRG will help with everyone, and that you guys enjoy flying this plane as much as we have during the testing process. Guys, make sure you check us out on the community forum. Check us out also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And my name is Mark, also Skyhawk Heavy, and I really appreciate you guys taking a few moments to watch.